Hello, YouTubers! Welcome back to Yorkshireman66. I'm Mark, your host, and I'm here. Oh, as always, I'm always here to entertain you. Going to have to put a disclaimer to this one. I don't want to upset anyone from the UFO community at all. So if you are from the UFO magazine and MUFON or any UFO channel, please don't be mad at me for this, because I am not a debunker. I don't go around telling lies and things like that. I am skeptical. I am a very skeptical person. I am a very open-minded person. But with all that said, let's get on with, do you believe in the unbelievable? Now, what does that mean? Well, the question is to the audience, basically. I tell you my opinion, so I'll say something, and then it's up to you if you believe in the unbelievable. Now, to believe in the unbelievable is to be open-minded, basically. So, this is another episode of Do You Believe in the Unbelievable? Which is, today's subject is Roswell, New Mexico. Was there a UFO crash in Roswell? Well, I believe that there was something what crashed in Roswell. UFO, if you don't know what UFO means, it means unidentified flying object. Now, I don't intend to call them that. I've got slated over the years. I mean, for years and years and years and years, I've been investigating UFOs. And that's me personally. I've been doing it for years and years and years. I even had an hand in investigating Rendlesham Forest. You know what I mean? Back in the day. And, we went down there, I think it was 3 months after. A group of lads from West Yorkshire went down, and I went down with them, and we saw no evidence of any landing in the forest. And when we looked around, you saw scarring of bark, but that could have been anything. But we think something did land there, but it wasn't an unidentified flying object. Now, like I say, UFO, it means unidentified flying object. Now, what I call them, and I've been slated by the UFO community for this, I call them UFA. Now, UFA means unidentified flying aircraft. Let's face it, that's what a UFO is. It's a flying aircraft. Now, getting back to the Roswell, New Mexico. Now, do I believe that something from outer space came to Earth and crashed at Roswell, New Mexico, and 2 aliens in it were the passengers? No, I don't. What I believe, and a lot of skeptical people believe something similar to me, is that an experimental aircraft crashed. This is what I think. It was 1947. They were getting into jet-powered age. Don't forget, the Americans, and including us, had the German scientists who were building the rockets for Nazi Germany and things like that. So they had them all over there. How do you think the United States got into space and onto the moon? You know what I mean? Without the brains of them scientists, we would never been able to go to the moon. So so this is what I believe, and this is what I'm going to tell you. So in 1947, supposedly in 1947 in Roswell, New Mexico, on the 8th of July 1947, there was, a UFO crashed, basically, and 2 alien bodies were found, apparently. Well, I don't believe that. I believe in what crashed. Yeah, something crashed there. You can tell by the debris field. But, as usual, the US military covered it all up, like they would. You know what I mean? And said it were a weather balloon. What a mere weather balloon, what crashed. No one believes that. Even I don't believe that. What I believe is an experimental aircraft crash, a UFA, unidentified flying aircraft, experimental. I believe it took off, and it was supposed to land at the Air Force base at Roswell, but it crashed before it crashed at Roswell on this ranch. And what I believe they found was two pilots, but in suits what they don't recognise. Well, you do recognise them as G suits, and I think that's what we're wearing, a G suit and some kind of helmet. Because I think what crashed was an high altitude aircraft, basically crashed. But it were a completely different shape from what people believe, and that, you know, because people say the shape of this particular craft was disc shape. So I believe it might have been semi-disc shape. I don't think it was fully disc shape, but it might have been a semi-disc shape. But it was soon understood. Now, a lot of people were told in Roswell, New Mexico, not to ever talk about it. So it was something, in my eyes, top secret. I don't think it were an unhigh flying object from outer space. I think it were made by us, man-made, basically. And that's what I believe what happened at Roswell. But there's been loads of crashes like that. Do I believe in UFO or alien sightings? Well, basically, there's something to it. I don't know what it is, but there is something to it. But, yeah, I mean, there's only a very... I mean, I will tell you this for now. Even the UFO magazine back me up on this. There is a 98% what are lies. Now, I'll put that out there. So 98, even UFO magazine, from their own articles have said this. There's a 98% that people do lie. And there's only a 2% what they believe. Now, over here in the United Kingdom, it's a little bit wider margin of error, because I think it was a magazine in this country. Well, what does this UFO magazine? And what an expert has told me is there's 95%, which is bull. It's, you know, people lie basically. They just want to go down that route. It's bull. And there's a 5% chance that there is a 5% that of people are telling the truth. So in that 5% and in the 2%, that is mainly Air Force pilots and things like that, and airline pilots as well. Airline pilots or Air Force don't like to report it because they don't want to get ridiculed. You know what I mean? But there is that small percentage. So the 5% and that 2% makes, you know, 7% of people do that. There is the truth there somewhere. It's as simple as that, basically. So yeah, so like I said, even UFO magazine said this, and 98% of people do lie. But like I say, over here in the UK, and I think I can only talk about the United Kingdom as well. But over here in the United Kingdom, it is a well-known fact that there's only 95% people what are lying, and there's only 5% what people are telling the truth, where they can be telling the truth because it's logged down, and that becomes police officers, army officers, things like that. That's why Rendlesham Forest over here, 1980s, became famous, because it were a military. We knew they had nuclear bombs. Nick Pope says he can't deny or admit. Well, I tell you now, Nick Pope, the Brit, all the people, most of the people in the United Kingdom knew that it was an active nuclear bomb site there. You know what I mean? We knew about Greenham Common, and we knew about Rendlesham Forest, Bentwaters. We all knew about that. But yeah, so I believe an experimental aircraft has crashed into New Mexico, Roswell, New Mexico. That's what I believe. People are slating me for it. Oh, well, you can't prove that. Well, no, not really. No, you can't prove it because it's been covered up. Why is it being covered up? There's a number of reasons why they cover up experimental aircraft crashes. They don't want the public to know, for one thing. Why would they go down the route of covering up UFO? Well, they don't want you to know. I'll tell this, and I'm open and I'm honest with my subscribers, and I'm going to be honest here. Any government around the world are not honest with its own people. The British government is not honest with us. The American government is not honest with their people. So yeah, it's easier to lie than it is to tell the truth. You know what I mean? But even if you were told the truth, would you believe them? Because it would, yeah. If they told you the truth, outrageously, that we've been doing deals for decades with another species from outer space, would you believe it? No, I wouldn't. So it's easy to lie. And it's easy to hide stuff in plain sight as well, when you think about it. So, Roswell air crash. They believe that something from outer space crashed. I don't. I think it was an experimental aircraft and 2 human pilots have died through that. That's what I believe. And that's what I show my respects to. That's what I've always believed for all these years until I'm proven wrong. That's what I'm going down. And it's same with Rendlesham Forest. Now, there is no doubt, and there is no doubt that these people witnessed something in that forest. I'm not saying that they didn't. What I'm saying is they're wrong when they said a UFO landed. I don't think it was a UFO, not from outer space. I think it was an unmanned drone. Experimental unmanned drone. That's what I believe, that's what I think. And that's where it all started from. That's what I think. I think it was an unmanned drone. And I think it was flown from wherever, if it were, yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I think it was a military unmanned drone. And it came in to Rendlesham Forest because I think it was going to land at Bentwaters, but it happened to hit something like a tree and things like that, and bump, it landed on the ground. And obviously, when these officers have got to it, these 2 officers have got to it, they've seen something, and they even said it on tape, it's from not this world. They haven't seen that kind of technology before. That's what I believe. I think it were an experimental drone. But that's my belief. That's the only thing what I believe. But like I said, even the UFO magazine says there's a 98%, 98% of the reports are lies. They're telling porkies and things like that because they want to be famous. There's only a 2% where they're telling the truth. And like I say, if you have that 2% to our 5%, it makes 7% of people telling the truth. And in that 7%, like I said, it's mainly high-ranking officers, pilots, things like that, and police officers as well. And if you go with Ilkley Alien and things like that, an off-duty, I think it was an off-duty policeman who were walking on that day because he was taking a shortcut, and he says, and this is what he says, he saw an alien. Now, if you don't believe me what I'm telling you, Google it, Ilkley Moor alien. He said he saw an alien, and he believes, I've seen him talking, and you can look into his eyes, and he believes what he's saying. So, I mean, I'm not here to debunk, I'm not here to call anyone a liar. I'm just saying, has he or hasn't he? Do you believe in the unbelievable? But mainly my subject today was Roswell, New Mexico, and really Rendlesham Forest. I mean, did really a UFO land at Rendlesham Forest? Not from outer space. I think again it were an unmanned drone. Unidentified flying aircraft. Because drones are aircraft. That's what I believe. And that's what I believe about Roswell, New Mexico. Now, hands up. I could be completely wrong. And they could be completely right. But at the end of the day, it is up for debate. And it's getting more and more up for debate because people are wanting answers from their government. But like I say, there's no government around this world who has told the truth about UFOs. Not properly, in any case. And I'll tell you that for a fact. Do you believe what our government tell you about COVID? Yeah. He don't want to release us from lockdown. I'll tell you that now for a fact. In fact, it's all about this great reset. What he's on about, build back better and things like that. In other words, the UK could become a communist country because that's what they really want. That's what governments around the world want, a dumb society. Well, they're not going to get it, are they? A dumb society. Because that's what they're after, basically, dumbing us down. It's not going to happen. And this is what they did with the UFO conspiracy. UFO. You call it a conspiracy theory, I don't. UFOs, people are seeing them fine. You know what I mean? I don't get into that debate. What I get into has one crashed here on Earth. And apparently several have crashed on Earth. But I don't believe that. I think it's a spate of crashes of experimental aircraft. Russia has experimental. You're telling me that no aircraft, no experimental aircraft has ever crashed? Yeah. And being mistaken for a dish shape. Nah. You know what I mean? And new technology. If you look at the stealth fighter or the stealth bomber, that's a completely new shape what no one's seen. But people in the UFO thingy wearing the tinfoil iron, UFO technology. No, it's not. It's not UFO technology at all. It's using simple mathematics and drag and aerodynamics, and that's how come they got the shape of the stealth bomber. They wanted it more or less radar invisible. Well, they've more or less got what they wanted, haven't they? You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, UFA is unidentified flying aircraft. That's what I believe. What crash landed at Roswell, and two human pilots died, not aliens from another planet. And same again with Rendlesham. I think it were an unmanned, an experimental unmanned drone. It's as simple as that. That's my thoughts on it. If you do want more on that, the best channel on YouTube what I can recommend, and I do recommend this, and I do recommend that you go watch him. You go watch him, and you go figure. Tell him that I sent you. He might remember who I am. And that's the 401 files. So go to the 401 files. I'll give him a shout out. 401 files. Go there. He can tell you a lot more than what I can. But he believes in. He believes in. He does believe. You know what I mean? He is one of these people. But I'm open minded. I'm not a debunker. I don't go around debunking them. What I go around in is give me the proof. Show me the proof that a UFO has really landed on Earth, because there ain't one. One hasn't. Not as yet. Not properly. So there you go. But yeah, the Roswell crash. That's what I think. Two human pilots have died. And obviously Roswell was a sleepy town. And it was. It really was a sleepy town. I've got a bit of history here on it. The Roswell UFO incident in popular law refers to the rumours and speculation regarding 8th on July 1947 United States Army Air Force balloon crashed at ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. Following local press interest in debris gathered from the crash site and rumours that debris came from a flying disc, the US military stated that the crashed object was merely a conventional weather balloon. Well, I don't believe that. Like I say, I believe it were a downed experimental aircraft, what they were testing. They don't want to say that. Obviously, they're trying to keep it secret. Below, and subsequently warned until the late 1970s, when ufologists began promoting a variety of increasing elaborate conspiracy theories claiming that one or more alien spacecraft had crash landed, and that the extraterrestrial occupants had been recovered by the military, which when engaged in a cover-up. Now, I don't believe that it happened that way. Location is Lincoln County, New Mexico. It's a place called Roswell in Lincoln County, New Mexico. So, and there's been rumours of numerous crashes. Well, if it's an experimental aircraft, what they tried, it will happen. You know what I mean? Things like that do happen, don't they? You know what I mean? But that's my take on it. It's up to you now. Like I said, do you believe in the unbelievable? Do you believe that a UFO crashed at Roswell, in Roswell, New Mexico? Do you really believe that a proper UFO from outer space crashed on this planet? Me personally, this is my own opinion. No, it's an experimental military aircraft. What was being tested at high altitude, and I think it was coming into land in the military base at Roswell, New Mexico, when something went wrong, and it literally crashed near that ranch in New Mexico, near Roswell. It crashed, and two human pilots have died basically. And with Rendlesham Forest, did something from outer space land in Rendlesham Forest? No, I think it was an unmanned drone. That's what I think. That's my belief. It's up to you though. What do you believe? Yeah, I mean, I'll put that out to you. So I hope you like the video. I hope it's been entertaining, as much as I can make it entertaining. But like I say, if you want more information on things like that, there's the 401 files. These are about the best I can honestly say. Or you can go to Sean Ryder's YouTube channel. So them two, 401 files or Sean Ryder YouTube. You can go there. And please, YouTube the Ilkley Alien. Because it's on YouTube. All the documentaries there on YouTube. And you make up your own mind. I do these little snippets. Do you believe in the unbelievable? Because I find them interesting, and I hope you do as well. So if you by chance, if you have liked this, give me a thumbs up. Please like the video. Please subscribe. It's free to subscribe. It don't cost you a penny. Please hit the bell and hit all. That's a notification. That will let you know when I'm putting up another video. And please share this video, because it kickstarts the algorithms for YouTube. So please share as much as possible this video. And push it out to Twitter, Facebook, anybody who you think in your friends list may enjoy this content. And most importantly, comment below, and I'll see you on another video. And I'll catch you all later. Bye for now.